Welcome to datascience.show, the podcast where data science meets executive leadership. We talk with top AI and analytics thought leaders about turning data into real business impact. If you're a C-level leader or data expert shaping the future, you're in the right place.
I'm your host, Mirko Peters. We explore how data science and AI drive real business impact, straight from the leaders making it happen. Today, from metrics to money, building an outcome-first AI metrics program for leaders. In this episode, I'll lay out a practical, executive-focused blueprint to translate models into measurable business outcomes. Not theory, not tools, but clear decisions and accountable measurement. Why this matters now? Organizations pour resources into models and ML pipelines, but too often the work lives in technical metrics, accuracy, AUC, model loss, that don't tell a CEO whether revenue increased or cost dropped. That mismatch slows funding, creates churn, and makes prioritization arbitrary. Today, I'll show you how to design a metrics program that connects data work to executive KPIs, so AI becomes a predictable source of measurable value, turning data into business impact.
To make this concrete, I'll speak as if I'm advising a senior data leader. Let's call them Alex Chen, a chief data officer at a large customer-facing enterprise. Alex owns analytics, modeling, and delivery across multiple product lines and reports to the COO and CEO. Alex's pain is familiar. Dozens of models, conflicting success metrics, and no consistent way for the executive team to decide what to fund next.
When I took the role, I found one team measuring click-through, another optimizing prediction accuracy, and finance looking for revenue contributions. No one spoke the same language. It meant we could show technical improvements, but not the business outcome, so projects stalled at the funding gate. That's where an outcome-first program changes everything. Let's walk that program step by step. Start with a strict hierarchy, one North Star KPI, a small set of impact metrics, and operational health indicators. The North Star is a single metric the executive team cares about: revenue growth, gross margin, customer lifetime value, or cost per acquisition, depending on your business model. All AI initiatives map back to that North Star. Second, map model outputs to measurable business levers. Ask, how does a model change customer behavior, pricing, or operational efficiency? Translate model decisions into revenue or cost line items. Example, a propensity model that increases retention by improving targeting. Quantify retention lift as avoided churn dollars per month. Put real currency next to model outcomes, so prioritization becomes financial, not academic.
Third, require pre-registered attribution experiments. Before you claim impact, define the counterfactual. Who did not receive model decisions and why? Use randomized holdouts, A/B tests, or stepped wedge rollouts. Pre-register the metrics, measurement windows, and minimum detectable effect. No retrofitted claims. The finance team must see the test plan before a project is promoted for scaling.
We learned this the hard way. Early on, we deployed a recommendation engine and saw improved engagement metrics, but revenue didn't budge. A rigorous holdout revealed the engagement uplift was cannibalizing high-value purchases. That forced us to change objective functions to revenue-weighted recommendations, and once we measured the right thing, the model paid off. Fourth, align evaluation metrics to business levers. Don't default to accuracy or F1 unless those directly affect money or operations. If the model prevents fraud, measure prevented fraud dollars and operational cost savings. If it routes support tickets, measure resolution time, CSAT, and cost per ticket. When you design models, pick evaluation metrics that map to the P&L or operational KPIs. Precision and recall have monetary trade-offs that executives must understand. Quick example on trade-offs: precision versus recall. If a model flags fraudulent claims, high precision avoids false positives that frustrate customers and increase manual reviews. High recall minimizes fraud losses, but may increase false positives and friction. Quantify both. Calculate expected fraud dollars caught versus cost of false positives in manual review and customer churn. Present that trade-off as a sensitivity analysis with dollar impacts. That's what earns executive buy-in. Fifth, create executive-friendly scorecards. A one-page scorecard should include the North Star alignment, estimated monthly impact in dollars, experiment status and confidence interval, operational health signals, latency, data drift, error rates, and a risk row for compliance or customer experience. Scorecards become the tool for funding and prioritization meetings, brief, numeric, and decision-ready. We standardized a scorecard template across teams. At the weekly funding review, each project had to show the scorecard. If an initiative couldn't map to the North Star or produce a test plan, it didn't get resource allocation. Over 6 months, that cut project churn by half and improved funding velocity for high-impact work.
Sixth, guardrails and governance. Adopt a small set of guardrail metrics that travel with every scorecard: customer experience indicators, regulatory exposure, and model fairness where applicable. Require executive sign-off on trade-offs that favor short-term gain over long-term trust. Governance doesn't mean red tape. It means predictable, auditable decisions that protect the company and its customers while enabling delivery.
Seventh, institutionalize metric audits. Quarterly, run a metrics audit, one North Star reaffirmation, removal of vanity metrics, and verification of attribution assumptions. Enforce a sunset policy for models without validated impact. This prevents metric bloat and ensures the scorecards remain decision-focused. Now, leadership and impact. Executives must treat AI scorecards like investment memos. Funding signals should be explicit: runway, risk tolerance, and expected ROI thresholds. Establish a prioritization cadence: weekly intake, monthly triage, quarterly funding decisions. Hold teams accountable. Tie part of data leaders' success metrics to validated impact, not just deployment velocity. One change I pushed was to require a runway and exit criteria on every project. If the experiment can't demonstrate a minimum effect size within the runway, we pause it. That saved budget and focused teams on high-probability work. How should boards and exec teams review these programs? Ask 3 questions. 1. Is the work mapped to the North Star? 2. Are attribution experiments properly designed and pre-registered? 3. Are guardrails and operational health being monitored? If the answers are yes, the board can allocate scaled funding with confidence. If not, the board should ask for a remediation plan, not a blind approve. Looking ahead, metric drift and misattribution are durable risks. Models change, customers change, and external factors confound attribution. Harden measurement by automating drift detection, routinely refreshing holdouts, and holding back a small randomized sample even after rollout to continuously validate incremental value. Maintain delivery pace by making measurement part of the deployment pipeline. Experiments and monitoring are not optional extras. They are core requirements. Practical prep for the next 12 to 24 months. Consolidate your metric hierarchy. Train product and finance partners on scorecards, and standardize pre-registered experiment templates. Invest in a lightweight experiment platform and automated reporting so you can scale measurement without a proportional increase in headcount. 2 concrete actions you can take in the next 30 to 90 days. 1. Run a North Star workshop with your executive team and agree on 1 North Star KPI plus 2 impact metrics. 2. Require a pre-registered test plan for every active model and present a 1-page scorecard at your next funding review. Those 2 steps alone separate signal from noise and make funding decisions repeatable. Final reflection. Moving from metrics to money is organizational work as much as technical work. It's discipline, templates, and willingness to say no. But when you get this right, AI becomes predictable and finance-friendly. And that's when leaders stop asking for proofs and start asking for scale. That's the difference between models and value. If you found this episode valuable, subscribe and share it with your network. And let's connect on LinkedIn. I'm Mirko Peters. We'll be back with more conversations on how data science and AI create real business impact. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to datascience.show. If you found value in this episode, subscribe, share it with your network, and join us next time as we explore how data science drives smarter decisions and better business outcomes.